Hey there, this one's for Ray Earth. You had some questions about isolation, so I got a couple tips for you here. A really great technique for starting that is going to be to somehow mark the center of your chain. I drew with a little permanent marker on here, but you can do like a piece of Scotch tape or something like that. Now initially, what you're going to want to do is hold the point in front of you and then just start slowly stirring the pot with it, just like this. So you can kind of get the feeling for how, now when I'm doing this, if you watch, look straight down on top of your hand, you're going to see that as you start swinging it slowly like this, the poi head sort of like follows your hand. It's going to be coming after your hand, and right now it's not rotating around my finger like this, like where I'm gripping, but actually it's rotating more around here at the center line. And so once you get the feeling of that, then you're just going to want to try to speed that up. And so the theory behind an isolation is basically that when you're doing a normal rotation, the poi head is rotating around that handle connection right there. And with an isolation, you see that black line right there. Now your hand and the poi head are following the same circle, okay? So basically what you want to do to work up to that is, like I said, work on speeding up this motion more and more, because that's going to get you used to making that larger rotation with your hand. And this is one of those poi moves that actually does involve your shoulders quite a bit, unlike a lot of them. So you're going to be throwing your shoulders out. You still want to keep your elbow pretty stiff, but not completely, because it's going to need to extend a little bit. You just don't want to be throwing your elbows out all over the place, because you'll fuck everything up. So as far as how to work up to your isolations and work them into your routines, now you're just going to need to practice doing this a lot. Just do it with one hand, and that's your easy, basic isolation. Once you get used to the feeling of manipulating the poi head around the center of the chain instead of around the handle, this is going to get a lot easier. And again, this is your basic fundamental for being able to build up to that. And then once you feel comfortable, you can bring it up onto your wall plane. Whoops. Now, in terms of working that into a routine, there's a really easy way to do this that I was taught, and that I've taught other people, and they've had a lot of great success with it. So basically, what you're going to want to do is your basic 3-beat weave, and then when you get to your side here, just do one set of isolations on your side. Left or right, doesn't matter. I'm a lefty, so I'm going to go left. Right there. Okay, so I'll do it from the side over here, so you can see what I'm doing. Right there. Okay, right there. Now, once you feel like you've got that pretty comfortable, then you want to repeat it on the other side. So right here, then to right here. Okay, right there, and then around to right there. Now you're doing an isolation on both sides, okay? And so as long as you can do your basic 3-beat fountain weave like that, you're going to want to move this up by doing one here on the crossover, and then one over here on the backside. Back around on the crossover, and then right at the starting position. Once you feel like you're pretty comfortable with doing those and you feel like your isolations look pretty tight like that, the next step is going to be to do a crank. And the way that you're going to work up to that is the same thing. So you're doing a 3-beat weave right here. Now I'm going to do 1, 2 isolations and then go back. 1, 2 isolations and then go back. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, and pretty soon I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. So that's pretty much the whole spiel right there. Once you can figure that out, then isolations are going to be really simple for you.